I still remember it like it was yesterday. Bojo came on the TV. We're at the 5-year anniversary of lockdown. Bojo came on the telly box, the stupid box, and said, "You may not leave your slave pod." And I knew from that moment on that things would never be quite the same. But every now and again, a story has popped up. And on this anniversary, there's a story that's popped up that does warm the cockles. And there were people during that time of lockdown that were people that stood out a little bit for reasons that were a little bit more nefarious than you'd have hoped, i.e., didn't treat people too well at that time. In fact, may even gone as far to actually enjoy the power that they had at that time. And one of those names that you may be familiar with, especially if you're in Oz, is, of course, Dan Andrews. But as I mentioned, stories pop up every now and again that warm the cockles. So here we go. Apparently an entire town has banned Dan Andrews. This includes from everything. Tradespeople, the whole lot. They're refusing services, right? And I think, because again, there's a kind of karmic effect perhaps, but might have something to do with this perhaps.
You won't be able to go to the pub because the pub is shut.
Now, a little bit further in regard to this story is that, and this is alleged, of course, but allegedly he went to a hotel bar and got kicked out. And the owner there said, no, off your pop, basically, yeah? Now, in response to that, and this is why, of course, it's alleged, in response to that, a spokesperson for Dan, because obviously he don't need to speak for himself, yeah, he got all his reputation from that time and got all that, or power, clearly, and now, I think he just sits on a throne all day or something like that, I don't know, but a spokesperson said it didn't happen. Yeah, Dan didn't even visit that pub, right? But in regards to what we actually do know, putting aside the allegations and what may or may not happen, it turns out that generally, it's not always the case, but people will treat you generally how you treat them. Again, it's this sort of karmic effect. And when you say things like, "You're not going to the pub because the pub is shut," people, might remember a few bits like that. And it just pays to be a little bit more kind, doesn't it? Ta-ta.